Hi, I'm Daniel Aegis, and welcome to Food 101. Food, people. Let's talk about food. And today, I have my special guest. He's an entrepreneur and financial expert, no other than Mr. Rhett Trueman.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, Mr. Trueman.
That's
How about you?
that's amazing. Yeah, I can't complain. It's a nice day, and I've been busy. It's good.
Chill right now, right? We're entering to the fall. So let's talk about your favorite cuisine first.
So I have a few favorites. But I would say Middle Eastern cuisine is quite diverse. Japanese cuisine is obviously um amazing. Um, I haven't really had much experience cooking a lot of food, but I definitely prefer like Middle Eastern cuisine. Um, I definitely there's a huge history with places like that and food that comes from places in the Middle East. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna cook a little meal at home that is like a pasta or something simple and easy. It's like there's a lot of steps that go into it, and if you don't follow the certain traditions that are within like Middle Eastern cultures, food won't taste right. I guess that's the biggest thing. It's like, what is the difference for, and a lot of people are afraid. I think a lot of people are afraid to try different things in life. They're afraid that once, if they do try something new, that they won't like it. If they do try and go and try and cook something, that it won't be like what they taste in a restaurant, and then they won't even put themselves out there. So I would recommend everyone to try different types of Middle Eastern cuisine, like Arabic food, Persian food, Lebanese food, you know, because it's not just about the food itself. Of course, it's delicious, but it's about the history and it's about the culture. And I think for a lot of Western people, we're always in a hurry. We don't have time to enjoy a lot of areas of our life. Before you know it, you're like 40 and you're trying to have kids, or you're trying to retire, but you can't. And life goes by really quickly, and I think a lot of people take a lot of things in their life for granted. So my recommendation to people.
Very well said, Mr. Truman. True what you said. I live in a Middle East country, so the cuisine is different from the Western culture. It's really something that you need to deal with, and you need to know the process of cooking it. So that the true nature of the food will come out. So do you have a specific country that you want to specify for the cuisine?
Yeah, Persian food, I've had the experience of like cooking it and actually like tasting it in that sense. There's a lot of different Persian dishes, and also Arabic food and Persian food, and and Turkish food. I guess they're kind of not Arabic food, but Persian food and Turkish food are very similar. And I've had both. There is a lot of rich flavor within Persian food, and
True.
it's not just about, like I said, anyone can cook anything and someone can eat it and be like, oh, yeah,
True.
yeah, 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 that was good. But having culture and the experience is way different. I went to the Philippines and I lived in the Philippines for 3 months, and
Yeah.
I never knew. I guess I'd had some experiences when I went to different countries, but I had never really experienced a different culture and how they do things. The stuff that we take for granted here in Canada, and we just think that everything, oh, my coffee isn't warm at Starbucks. I'm upset about that, really. And people have to sleep on the floor, like on cement or on the dirt. And there's things that just we take for granted on a daily basis that when I went to the Philippines, it
Yeah.
opened a lot to how cultures are done differently. And that applies to food.
True.
There are different ways of how people cook things. With Persian food, it's made with love. I would say that's the biggest thing. It's made with love. And if you can enjoy someone's cooking that is made with love, it's worldly different from someone who just ordered McDonald's. I know that's a very extreme comparison, but it's very different. So
True, true. That what you said.
yeah,
So, do you have a specific dish for the Persian cuisine that you want to share to us?
yeah. There's a dish called horma sabzi, and it's basically like let me see. Hold on, I'm going to
Go ahead.
um, yeah, I'm going to pull up the exact like what's exactly in it. Okay, it's a stew of Persian some sort of meat. You can obviously make it vegetarian or vegan if you wanted to, but with meat, with any type of meat, it is good. It has kidney beans. This is all put into one pot. It's kind of like a chili or like a stew that you make and you put it
Yes.
into one pot, but you have to cook it for hours, like maybe 7 hours. It's made with love. You can't just cook this in half an
Fat.
hour.
Yes.
So
It's not. It's
yeah,
not.
no, it's not fast food. Exactly. It's made with kidney beans in the pot, and then there's greens, spinach, dill, cilantro, fenugreek, and some parsley, and then it's all been being cooked down for, like I said, 6 to 7 hours. Pot, and then after that, the meat is added, and then a very interesting thing. I don't think there's any food in Western cuisine or in like our Western culture that has lime put right into the dish. So they take an entire lime, they like cut up the lime, and then they cook it right into the food. They don't even squeeze it or anything. They just put the whole thing in. And that food, the horma sabzi, is literally one of the most interesting and diverse foods you ever taste. When I'm telling you,
Yes.
there's no culture that has a food dish that tastes like this. I'm telling you, I mean, I haven't gone to different countries, but I've been to tons of restaurants. I've had tons of food from almost every restaurant that you can imagine. So I know what the foods taste like. There is no dish that's from
Equivalent.
another culture that tastes like horma sabzi. It's so different in a good way.
Sounds delicious and authentic Persian food. So, if you want to rate this dish 1 to 10, where is it?
It's a 10. It's a 10.
So, from the name itself, from how the procedure, and from the taste itself, it's perfectly 10.
It's a 10 because it's and this is the only way I would give a certain food a 10. But this dish specifically, this is the why it's a 10, and it has to be under these circumstances. If it's not, then it can be probably like an 8.5. But the reason why it's a 10 is because I have friends and family and people
Yeah.
close to me that can cook, that are Persian, and they cook this dish with love. If
Yeah.
it's made from a restaurant, it'll probably be good, but it
Yeah.
won't be as good as someone who cooks it in their home. Because in a
Yeah.
restaurant, there's a time constraint. Obviously, there's like a supply and demand. You have to feed people. But within someone's home and they're cooking you food like this, I'm telling you,
Yes.
it's a 10 because you will never forget the experience.
Yes. Home cooking is the big difference, right?
Yeah, home cooking unlocks passion for that you have that you pour into the food. It's not like when you go to a restaurant, you sit down and they feed you. No, it's you're at your home. There's no stress. There's no demand. You're just there.
It perfectly with love. So, if I am a beginner, and can I cook the dish?
Yeah, you could. You could. There's a very easy recipe. You don't need to cook it for 6, 7 hours. Like I said, that's only if you have had a lot of experience. Roughly to cook this dish, it's gonna take about 2 hours. You have to cook the flavors together, and that's what's important. You can't leave that stuff out. So basically, what you do is so you get a big pot or like a large container that you're getting stuff into. You put oil. I'm gonna give you a breakdown on how to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So you take the pot, put some oil or butter, whatever suits your fancy. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna add 2 whole onions, chopped
Okay.
up finely. You're gonna cook those. They caramelize, probably 10 minutes. Then you're gonna take 1 to 2 spoonfuls of turmeric. Cook
Yes.
that until it starts to color. Then you are going to vegetable stock or chicken stock cube with some
Yes.
hot water and then cook that down. So now you have kind of like a mixture. Heating a separate pot of oil, like another pan, get out another pan, heat it in oil. Then you're going to put into this pan, this is separate, spinach,
Yes.
green onion, parsley, cilantro, chives, and then the fenugreek. You're going to cook till it all turns really dark green, maybe 10 minutes. Then you're going to take the spinach mixture that you put in the frying pan. You're going to put it into the pot with the onion mixture that you had earlier.
Okay.
Then you're going to pour enough water to create like a watery consistency. Season with salt and pepper. Stir in lemon juice. Add the beef. Okay.
Okay. What kind of beef? Any kind of beef?
Any kind of beef
Okay.
or chicken. Like
Okay.
a lot of people don't like beef, but
Yeah.
whatever kind of meat suits your fancy. Pork, whatever. Stir in some lemon juice. Put in 2 whole limes. Squish them in
Yes.
right into the pot. And then you're going to cook that whole thing for about an hour and a half. And then you're going to see it. It'll turn like a really like kind of like dark, like dingy green. Pierce the limes that were in there with a fork. Add 2 more limes after the other ones have been cooking. Cook that for another half an hour. Stir in the kidney beans, and then cook that for another half an hour. So your whole total time is about 2.5 hours. And then take out the limes that were cooked in the stew. You can put them on the side. You're not going to eat them. They're just for flavor. And then you can serve with rice, and
Oh,
that's it.
that'd be awesome, rice.
I know
So,
it's really boring, rice.
no, it's really sounds delicious, Mr. Truman.
Yeah.
So people out there, if you want to cook this Persian dish, we are encourage you to do it. Try it, right?
Yeah, try it out. I mean, it can't hurt to, like I said, it's you to know what you like. You got to try different things in life, and that goes with everything. You won't know. You can't say you're bad at something. You can't say you don't like it, or if you've never tried it, you've never done something. You, yeah.
Yes, you should try the new one. So this dish can I use as a main course or appetizer or soup?
A main course.
Main course.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be awesome, Mr. Truman. So let's talk about your line of business. About financial topics. What can you share about us?
Okay, yeah. So this is something I'm really passionate about, and I'm gonna give some real life tips for people in this world today. So obviously, as we know it, Canada and um, the Western world is a difficult place to live in. You know, along with inflation, a recession coming up pretty soon. If you're not really wealthy, it's difficult. It's an uphill battle that a lot of Canadians, and I
Yes,
think a lot of younger Canadians, will struggle with. You know, I'm not saying you need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, that obviously does help. It would change people's lives, but
yes,
having $4 or $5,000 a month, you can't live here. You can't live here and enjoy your life. All you're gonna have to do, if you don't have a lot of money and you're not smart with it, you're
yes,
just gonna have to cut back on your lifestyle. And nobody, if you go along the street and you were to ask 50 people, I guarantee 49 out of 50 people would say, I don't want to cut back on my lifestyle. If all I had to do was solve the problem to make more money, and I could keep the same lifestyle I had, well, obviously I'm going to do the make more money. I'm not going to cut back on my lifestyle. I don't want to do that. So,
yes,
what does that look like for Canadians? Well, having a corporate 9 to 5 making 80, $70,000 a year isn't a good way to use your time either. People say, "Oh, well, I make $100,000 a year," but by the time taxes come around, I'm probably only making 85, 90, or less than that. And that's a really bad way to wait. That's a really not a good way to use your time, because you're there
yes.
at that place all day. Do you have time when you come home to go? Do you have time to go to vacation? How many vacation days do you get out of the week? 2 or
Two
1.
or one, yes.
And
Because
most
you're
employer
busy.
and most employers require months to be able to take that off
A
before.
year too, a year too.
Yeah, so they our system in Canada is very, very, very bad, where they know that Canadians like to live here and have the convenience of everything that we have here in Vancouver in general.
Yes.
We're just they don't they the government and the people who control everything and who work from the top, they do not care about the average Canadian. They do not give a crap,
True.
and all they're gonna do is raise the cost of stuff.
Yes.
Only one option for people at that point. You're just gonna have to conform or go away.
Or leave.
My advice for Canadians and my expertise is how can we get Canadians to a place where they can have income coming in while they're sleeping? Well, you need to
Yes.
first figure out the money that you're currently making. Is it the best use of your time? If it's not, if the answer to that, because that answer will come very fast. You know, working a 9 to 5 job, doing Uber Eats and that kind of stuff is good, but
Yes.
Canadians need to create systems of automated income while they're sleeping and
True.
passively throughout the year, like 2 or 3 thousand. I'm talking like 5 to 10 thousand, because at that wage, you know, when you hit 10,000, you can kind of work with a lot of you can do a lot more. You know,
Yes.
so we need to look at that. And currently, right now, I am working on something called the Knowledge Business Accelerator Program.
Okay.
And basically, what that is, not specifically I've designed it, but I'm utilizing, you know, a friend of mine runs a course that basically teaches Canadians how to, or not Canadians, teaches people in general how to take what they know or
Yes.
take what they're about and turn it into an income by
That,
selling a course to teach other people.
so this course like power Canadian to have a passive income.
You can let's say you know how to play basketball really well, and you
Yes.
think you know enough about you. If you could teach a bunch of people how to play basketball really well, okay, you if you can market that and make that into a profitable, um
Income.
yeah, let's say like a profitable outline for a
Yes.
course, so that someone could click on a video, see you talking, and then basically all they would have to do was buy your course. And let's say you charge $500 to $600 per course that you have, and it has instructional videos, it has one-on-one coaching, it has a whole diagram on how to play basketball better, and just
Right. That's interesting. So
creating a course for men with low confidence. I think in Canada that's a huge problem. I think in general a lot of guys just compare themselves with looks. It's not about any of that stuff.
true.
Yes, that plays a huge part. I'm not going to lie. When
Yeah.
you're in whether you're going out into the world of dating, whether you're going out into the world of business, whether you're going out in any aspect of your life, yeah, looks do matter. But there's a lot of men who sell themselves short before they even try things that can help them. And so I want to create a course for young men in our age bracket, like 20 to 25, to
Yes.
come and look at themselves and go, okay, well, maybe I'm not the most attractive. Maybe I don't, you know, have all the money. Okay, well, you have to start somewhere, my guy. You know?
Yes.
So my course would be outlined, and I'm gonna pull up my spreadsheet on what I did the other day, so I can give you kind of a better
Copy.
on what it is I am going to create. And then when I do eventually launch a website later this month, then anyone interested in purchasing the course themselves, or even just like seeing what it's about, can check it out.
Oh, that'd be great. So you're still under the process of developing the course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm still going through a lot of stuff. Okay, so here's basically the breakdown of it. Um, Self-confidence for men ages 20 to 25. The stages. The first stage obviously would be building confidence within yourself. That's a
Yeah.
no-brainer. Um, another stage of self or of confidence is transforming your physical health. You have to be physically going to the gym. You have to be eating well. This kind of thing.
Healthy.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't do anything in life if you're not active. You're not, you know, lifting weights. Even if you're older, it doesn't matter. You
Yes.
know, it benefits everyone. And to anyone who says that physical activity and eating well is a waste of time, they obviously haven't done the research. Um,
Mm.
the third quadrant would be elevating your mindset. I believe mindset is a huge part into how far you go, because your
Yeah.
thoughts determine your actions, and then your actions determine your future. So if you're constantly thinking that you're not going to do well in life, well, you're probably not going to do well in life, you know?
Yes. Think
And it's the same
positive.
thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's not just being positive. It's about training your mind to think with intention. Now, what does that
Yeah.
look like? Thinking with intention. Well, let's say you have an idea that you want to put to paper. Okay, well, take 10 minutes every single day for the next week. Don't put hours and hours. People get it confused. They get over hungry. They want to do something new. They want to try something new. They want to open a business. So what do? Well, 90% of people go right at it and they just start spending hours and hours a day on it. And they
Yes.
exhaust. And
Mm.
then they can't go back and say, "Oh, well, I and I'm really tired today because I did this and this and this." But did you do really do a lot? Those hours that you were spending, you were probably procrastinating a lot. And the
Yes.
times you were, they weren't dedicated time. So there's a difference. So elevating your mindset, I'm going to teach men on how to set an hour minimum, maybe an hour and a half, no more than that per day out of 5 days a week you want to do for your future. And that's all it has to be. It does not have to be, and they can even, I want to even teach them how to start small, like 10, 15 minutes a day. And they wouldn't, and you would be so surprised on how um, how your life improves. Then the fourth quadrant would be winning, dating, and relationship worlds. Now, this is a huge one for a lot of men. I they think that they can't get a girl because she's attractive. And I'm telling you, I don't consider myself a 10. I'm not an ugly guy, but I'm saying that like when you start to take care of other aspects of your life, a beautiful woman is very easy to come across.
Definitely.
And having confidence plays a huge part. And then the last one would be after all these things that I just went through, this last one is going to tie in all those. When you nail all these, guess what happens? The last one comes automatically. So the last one is being a successful entrepreneur and having your finances in order.
Definitely. Comes along, right? After you finish all those one, two, three, and then that will be the summary. If you all doing all those stuff, success will come to you.
Yeah, if you have confidence within yourself that you know you're going to be successful, you're in good shape, you eat well on a daily basis, you tell yourself positive things, and you have a strong mindset, and then you have someone in your life that you're seeing or that you're in a relationship with that supports you,
Mm, yes.
then all the other stuff that you want in life will come. And it will come. Maybe it won't be. See, this is the thing about our generation or just humans in general that I've noticed is they would rather suffer for a job than suffer for something that they actually want to do in their life. And I can't to this day understand why a lot of people choose this. One day hopefully I will be able to answer my own question. Why do people choose something that they don't even like doing and they
Yeah.
suffer every day doing something they don't even like doing,
Yes.
and they spend hours doing work for someone that they don't not even happy working for?
That's true. And
Why?
it's really affect their job too, right? Because they don't like what they're doing. So why not
It's
just quit and
no.
do, yeah.
And the saddest thing is most people do it for money. Well, if money is the only problem, then why don't you that you want to do in the future? Like me, okay, I was this is
Yes.
the this course thing. I took some money that I had set aside and I spent, the money doing that. And
Okay.
a lot of people wouldn't even want to take the opportunity to do that because they think they're going to fail. They don't know. Well, if you don't know, then what do? You ask questions. And when you
True.
ask the right questions, you get answers. And then let's say it doesn't happen. This is another for people in trying to better their finances and trying to start a business for themselves. My biggest piece of advice would be just start. It's not going to happen in to
They,
1 week. It's not going to be 1 week, my guy. You might see results in a month, amazing.
yes.
Or you will see results in a month, amazing. But you're
Take you.
not going to be an overnight millionaire in a month. It's going to take a year, 2 years.
True.
And it's going to be a lot harder than any job you ever.
Lots of
One guy
hard
that you
work.
can blame.
True. Lots
You.
of hard work.
Yeah. It's it's about it's about how much suffering do you want to go through now in your life so that you can enjoy your life in the future, or do you want to suffer for the rest of your life and then never enjoy your future? That's the difference. And people will say, "Oh, well, I'll get a cushy job working $100,000 or $150,000 in a corporate gig." Okay, well, how many hours of the day do you have to be in that job to get paid that?
True.
All day you're
Yeah,
there,
the whole
and
day.
they're going to expect so much of you. There's going to be so much pressure on your head that the 150,000 or 200,000 you're getting paid is not even worth the stress. It is not.
Yes.
And people go, "Oh, well, you're just saying that because you don't have that." Well, yes, that's true, and I agree, but ask me the same question when you get there. When you get the $150,000, $200,000 salary, how much responsibility comes with it? A lot.
Is it worth it? As you
No,
said.
it's not. It's not worth it. It's not worth your mental health. So I want to teach men how to get out of themselves, become confident, and then every aspect of their life and every area of their life kind of falls into place, because once you take care of one quadrant,
Yes.
health, wealth, personal finance, and relationships,
Yes.
you take care of all of those four, your life will just set up. And anyone who says differently, well, you can send them to me and I'll have a conversation with them, because I know for a fact that I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't have the confidence I have today. I wouldn't be if I didn't tackle those other things, you know?
It's true. It only for men, not for both men and women.
So the course that I'm doing,
Yes.
because here's the thing, Lucas, give you some real insight into business.
Okay.
To be profitable online, because specifically online is a huge market, right?
Definitely.
There's so many people in the world. So to
7 billion.
yeah, a lot. So to narrow down your market, let's say I throw a net in the sea and I catch a ton of fish, but
Okay.
they're not quality fish. They're just a bunch of small little fish. Now let's say I cast a net in the sea that I've done a bit of research on this part of the sea. I know that there's some nicer fish in the sea, and I catch the nicer fish. Well,
Okay.
here's my analogy. If you don't have a niche, which
Mm,
is, if you don't have a specific niche to your target market that you're hitting, you are going to waste time and resources. Because if you don't have a target market, then how are you going to market the product itself? It's not going to be very desirable to people. They're not going to want it. Why am I paying $500 for this if it's for men and women? Why is it not specifically catered to me? You see, this is the thing. When I market my course and when I finish it, I want people to say, "Wow, he's speaking to me. He's
okay.
speaking to me." Because there is a guy out there that's just like me, that went through the same thing like me, that dresses the same, talks the same, and acts the same. And I want him to land on my page and see my video and see my course and go, "Wow, this guy changed my life. This guy did something. This guy created this course and it's completely transformed my life to the point where I don't even know who I am anymore." That's the difference. Maybe in the future I will explore the option of
Women.
expanding the course or doing something for women. But
Yes.
now, to be target specific
Yes.
is, because if you're not, then you're just shooting fish in the barrel, in the sense you don't have a goal in mind.
Will you finish the course and
So
be available?
yeah, so I'm on track to finish this course by the 6th of November. So in about a month.
A month. Oh, that'd be awesome. And then you're gonna do your website and everybody.
Everything will be available. There'll be a landing page. You'll be able to buy the course. There'll probably be, I don't know if I'm gonna do one-on-one coaching. I gotta talk with my coach on Monday to go
Yes.
over, like, if I want to do one-on-one coaching, because obviously if I have one-on-one coaching or mentorship, I can charge more. In that
Yes.
sense, I can make more money, but that requires a lot more time for me to be able to sit with people and talk to them in that sense. Um, I think I'm just going to start it out as a landing page with a course, and then have the information inside, videos, etc. People can go and, like, ongoing. but the one-on-one coaching, maybe if it, if in the future I want to open something else or expand, then I will offer the one-on-one. But yeah, should be about a month. I'll be finished. Have a website. There'll be a landing page. You can email me directly. I can even leave my email here. It's my first name, RHETT329 @gmail.com. And then if you want updates on the course or like where it's at in stages,
Yeah.
directly.
Good luck, Mr. Trueman. Come again after you finish your course and promote that course that you're having.
I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that. You know what? We can even do like a video thing, and then I could screen share and I could walk people through like a tour of my website or course, and then you can see what it actually like. You could physically see it. You know what I mean? Because people like to see.
So, Mr. Trueman, thank you for your time.
You're welcome so much. It was lovely
Yes,
chatting with you. It was seriously lovely.
likewise. Shout out to the people listening in Iran. We discuss Persian food today, so we have a 100% listening in Tehran. Thank you so much. Please do listen to my podcast, support my podcast, and guarantee you I give you the best topic about food, food, food. Thank you, Mr. Truman.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
See you